But clearly Scott Satterfield had these guys with the mindset to not overlook this JMU team.
Oh, look out. Cunningham lost the snap, picked it back up, and there goes 3. Malik Cunningham with another magic trick, and the fans here are used to it. Whoa! Taurus Jones took him all the way to the brick wall, and we've got extra. This could get real bad, real fast. A little brouhaha, and Kirk Cignetti is right in the middle of it. So first of all, how does Cunningham even do this? I mean, lost the snap, picked it up, and found some room. Taurus Jones, their top tackler, took him out of bounds and then some. Oh, he had him out of the face mask. Whoa.
The plot thickens.
Now, according to the NCAA rulebook, as an offensive player, you can stiff arm and you can hit the face mask, but when you grab it and start to twist and turn the helmet, that's when it becomes an offensive penalty.
After the player's on.
There are 2 flags down, though, and a scuffle at the top of the screen at the end of the play will sort out this commotion. Sam Brown has his helmet off. He is red hot. Wide receiver being taken out of the game by his teammates.
That's going to... If that end up costing Houston, Dana Holgorsen is going to be one livid man. Because those are the things that have plagued this team, the dumb penalties.
Oh, look at this. Brown just got shoved to the ground by one of his teammates.
Number 3, offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 13, defense. Excuse me, number 3 on the defense. Number 13 on the offense.
We've been beating them down. But this is a whole different era, whole different team.
You know, you could choose stadiums. You can go to FIU's campus, or you could just stay in the Orange Bowl. It's not like a team that was flying out of town back in your days, Lamar. John Petty's extra point is up and good, and another melee on the field. This one is getting out of hand. Flags all over the place, and this is ugly, very ugly. Well, the word flag on your screen is as insignificant as any you would see graphic-wise. Horrible violence all over the field, and it's hard to point in any particular direction. Now the Metro-Dade police trying to restore order.
And that's what I'm talking about. You come into our house, you should get your behind kicked. You don't come in the OB playing that stuff. You across the ocean over there. You across the city. You can't come over to our place talking noise like that. You get your butt beat. I was about to go down the elevator and get in that thing.
2nd and 15. Pressure on Bourguet. He's hit, gets it off, and it's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Taylor picks it off, and that'll do it. The winless streak is over in the Territorial Cup. And now flags are out as we have a fight on the field.
don't want to see this because some of the suspensions of guys running off the field will leak into next year. That's something that you're just not thinking about this moment. And both these teams have fought so hard, you do not want to see it end with this type of display. One guy's just happy and he's not getting anything. Taylor.
We're already good. I got it. The result of the play was an interception, and that play stands as called. First down. After the play, there's unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. For Arizona, number 4, number 56, and 98 are ejected. For Arizona State, numbers 28 and number 2 are ejected. They must leave the stadium area immediately.
That's what we do first of all and stop this.
And folks, something interesting is going on the field right now. Michigan tried to plant their flag in the middle of the Ohio State field, and the Buckeyes rushed right to them. And now there's some skirmishes going on the field. An unsportsmanlike gesture by the Wolverines. Unnecessary. They've won the game. No need to be disrespectful.
Someone probably just needs to grab that flag, or else this is going to continue to get nasty. Ugly scene. Incredibly ugly scene for a beautiful rivalry. Get these guys in the locker room.
Thomas across the 35. And Hawthorne tackles, and the Texas players don't like it. And look out here. This is a 100-year-old rivalry. The Baylor players have come onto the field. They've run from the Baylor sideline. This could get ugly. A flag flies. Coach is getting in to break things up. Could not tell whether any punches were thrown. Some pushing and shoving. Flags are down.
Scott Barnwell will kick it off. Michael Westbrook is waiting. Barnwell does not give him a chance. Next Saturday, college football on ABC Sports. Doubleheader beginning noon Eastern. Game 1, regional action. Check your ABC station and your local cable operator. And we have a huge fight going on down on the field right now. So let's go away from the promotion as both teams come storming onto the field. This is going to take a little time, I think, because they are really at it. I see number 57 in the middle of the melee for Miami. It's a good place for him to get out of there because he can get lost in there. That's Tom Patterson, the long snapper. And now they've started to separate them. So a huge fight, and now it's breaking out again. This is about the 5th flag that has been thrown as a result of this. I can't tell you exactly how it started, but it's one of the biggest fights that I've seen in some time in college football. Kevin Patrick was mugged down in the end zone and somehow got his helmet pulled off. And that is not a good thing to do either.
This is just an ugly scene, Keith. You hate to see it at any level, professional, high school, college. Just an ugly scene. And a lot of these things started with guys trying to break things up. Guys would come in later, thought it was a fight, and start jumping on them.
Green flushed out of the pocket. Hurdles again, and this time got walloped out of bounds. And some pushing and shoving. Uh-oh, here we go. Fists are flying. This is not good.
He's able to walk off the field, and here it is. You can kind of see he jumped early, but he got hit out of bounds. He got hit out of bounds, and now you see here it is here. Coaching staff on the field as well, and
boy, Cam Robertson came in maybe a little late on that hit out of bounds on Green that kind of set the stage for some of that pushing and shoving.
This kick, and this will be returned by Joe Craig. His knee touches at the 17. And penalty flags.
A little unnecessary roughness from Ole Miss, and the fight's starting to break out on the sideline. More flags flying.
And the flags continue to fly. Boy, a hair trigger on that fracas. Yeah. It didn't take much at all to set the tempers off.
If you want to know if Ole Miss is focused on this game and not looking ahead next week to Alabama, that's all you need to see right there. These guys are fired up and ready to play, and of course you don't want to see the extracurricular activity of throwing guys to the ground and getting these flags flying all over the place, but they're into this football game.
Yes. Your college football Saturday continues with the FCS first round playoffs. Tennessee State and Montana as we go final. And Florida plants the flag. We've seen this cause chaos around college football. Started with Michigan, Ohio State, UNC, and North Carolina State got into it. And
they got to get rid of this flag planting stuff. This is causing too many problems here. It's unnecessary. Florida took care of business tonight. This is just something you absolutely don't need.
And Mike Norvell and Billy Napier were right in the middle of it. And Florida got that flag planted fast, and Florida State took issue with it.
I have a feeling that's going to be something that's going to be addressed in this offseason. There's going to be a severe penalty for the flag planting in the opposing team's field. Just unnecessary.
Griswold to throw. Now the pitches. Back over here to Hampton. He's got some blockers in front of him, but he's got to get moving.
This will be the final play of the game. And that's how it'll end. NC State wins for the 4th time in this great rivalry. 4th straight time. And for Mack Brown, the Hall of Fame career here in Chapel Hill comes to an end as these two rivals meet at midfield.
And what a game by both teams. Defenses played outstanding in the first half. Offenses came alive, and the tension in this stadium was palpable. And what a great scene with Mack and Dave Doeren embracing at midfield. A lot of respect for each other. There's a fight, looks like, happening in the middle of the field with fans on the field. This is not a pretty scene. This is
not good.
This is scary. You got players with their helmets off.
This is a bad scene. Both in the middle of the field, the fight has spilled over to the NC State bench. The NC State wanted to plant the flag in midfield, and players like J.J. Jones took exception to it.
People laying on the ground, it looks like. This is a dangerous scene right now.
Now the NC State players go over to their fans in the far corner of the end zone, and that's the best place to wave your flag and celebrate.
Here's Montgomery. Pickup of a couple. Clay Johnston makes the stop for the Bears. And we got another fracas on the field.
It looks like Chris Miller again is right there in the mix for Baylor.
And you see there's a punch thrown.
Oh, more punches thrown.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be gone.
That's David Montgomery and Greg Roberts.
And Greg Roberts is one of the best players on the edge for Baylor. Well, I don't think I've ever... Here's the physical play.
Blake Lynch and Butler. Oh, he put his knee into him.
You see Harrison Hand come back over.
And there's Roberts and Montgomery. And the crazy thing about this, and you see it in these football, they have helmets on. Why are you throwing punches at a guy who has on a helmet?
You know, it's instinctful. You know, it's like one of the...
It's insignificance for Sharon Moore and these Michigan Wolverines, and that's why that third down conversion was so special for them.
Jake, as something breaks out between Michigan State and Michigan, well, that's not what you want to see right at the end of this thing.
It's a fight, but it's a fight between the whistles. It's not that.
So here's the kneel down. Let's watch.
It's Colston Loveland right there. With number 8, Anthony Jones, and it's just...
A lot of afternoons together. It's the guy that walks with him.
We'll have to get through him before the water on Bowden, I guess. We'll watch that carefully here. This is the final ticks of this game. Diego running for his life. And this one's now there's a flag goes down, and Carruthers
gets into it, and they've doused him, and now we've got a big brawl out on the field, marring what would have been the 200th victory for what is for Bobby Bowden. And look at this. That's an ugly mess down there. This is ugly. It all happened on that final tackle when they ran out of bounds on the sideline. Looks like they're starting to get it cleared up down there, although there's still some bodies flying around. They better get them pulled away from each other. The ball game is over. Archer trying to get his players to leave, as is Bobby Bowden. And that's terrible that his 200th victory has to end with a draw.
6 for 45 yards passing in the game. Jackson up near the 9. Progress impeded and stopped near the 35-yard line for Deion Jackson on the return for the Duke Blue Devils. And again, there's some feistiness. Some helmets have been lost. Maybe some punches thrown. Yellow flags after the 21-yard return from Deion Jackson. And Dave, this is about the 3rd or 4th incident we have seen after the whistle.
Well, this one's going to cost some guys their opportunity to finish the game. And one of them is Victor Alexander. Looked like number 9, one of the starting linebackers. I'd be surprised he's not thrown out of the game.
That's Brandon Feemster, too, Dave, number 30, being restrained and taken off the field by his teammates.
Well, Feemster had his helmet pulled off at some point in the scrum, but Alexander is taking haymakers at Feemster with his helmet off, and that's where you saw a number of the flags come in. Victor Alexander will be very fortunate to stay in the game here. It's a starting linebacker for Georgia.
To see each other before the game, both from Australia. Oh, he's going to fake it and keep it, and why not? I mean, and then a late hit. They're going to have to tack yardage on the end of this, and Cruikshank is the one that hit him, and Ohio State's bench didn't take too kindly. Now you got Melton in the mix, and they're going to have to separate. Greg Schiano comes all the way over from the other sideline to get his players out of the mess. Oh, and now Schiano and Ryan Day appear to be jawing at each other. Two men who worked together here for a couple of seasons under Urban Meyer in 2017 and 2018, and I think Greg Schiano took issue with a fake punt.
And I can draw it up for you. You see this overload. Look right here. All these guys are rushing. They've got more guys on that side crashing in than Ohio State would have been able to block over the edge anyway. It opens wide open for Mirko to run it.
And the wide receiver Cruikshank is now ejected from the game after the hit. And then Greg Schiano came all the way over from the Rutgers sideline to the Ohio State sideline, and they got jawing at one another. Oh, boy.
McMahon on 2nd and 6. He's going to heave it to the end zone, and it is caught. Rosner has the grab. Rice takes the lead with 25 seconds left in the 4th. McMahon goes to Rosner, and the Owls celebrate in the end zone. Ooh, that's how hard fought it is.
Yeah, we got a little activity down there. That's what happens when, as physical as this game was. The official sounded like he wasn't having a real good time in there.
No.
And you hate to see the emotion spill out post-game like this. There is a part of me that does understand. I mean, this was an emotional game for these two teams. And you want to talk about a must-win for both programs. And, UTEP did so many things right in this game. But you know what? At the end of the day, Rice won. They made a couple more plays than you did. Walk away, shake their hand, and get ready for
in Evanston, a Northwestern team that has not won since week 0. Here's Will Levis. They don't want him to run, but he does here because he can get out of bounds. That was a big point of emphasis this week, talking with all the coaches. Will himself is with all the injuries he's dealing with. And now some pushing and shoving over on the sideline of Kentucky. Extremely heated at the end of this first quarter. Trajan Jeffcoat went right into Levis, and the Wildcats did not like that. Can't go after the star quarterback.
Boy, there is a lot of pushing, shoving. I'm not sure if we saw some punches thrown. These two teams, Jay, do not like one another. And there's evidence of it right there. Gone too.
So Trajan Jeffcoat puts a little push on Levis. When does this thing take off? Right there.
Looks like it was 24 who comes in there. I don't think that was Rodriguez. I think that's the defensive back for Kentucky, Elijah Reed. There's a lot to unpack.
ECU can now kneel this out. Capital One postgame immediately following on the ESPN app. And there's some pushing and shoving at the 20-yard line.
This isn't good.
We've said it a few times, no love lost in the 83 miles that separate these two schools in North Carolina.
Now, there's some bad blood between these two teams. Look at this. They got to get control of this.
This is a terrible scene at the end of what has been a fantastic bowl game. You hate to see this. I'll say this, throughout the week, there's been some NC State players saying this isn't a rivalry. ECU says it's a rivalry. That right there tells me this is a rivalry.
Yeah, I agree. And if it wasn't before, it certainly is going to be next year when these two teams face off. Game one. Look at this, the official.
Oh, no.
Wow. A cut under his left eye.
Matt Cooley, this is what started it all.
And T-Mac Cooley, no matter what Yannick Smith might have said, T-Mac Cooley cannot go after him in that situation. You just can't. Because that is just throws gas on the fire, and here we go.